Put it closer to the window.
Shit.
It's closer to the door, not the window. Just put this one here.
Yeah. Looks like we are live now. Yeah. Good evening. Apologies for that. I was trying to get a better location. So sorry about that. Yeah. Sorry for that distraction. Please don't be distracted, okay? I apologize for that. I was trying to get a better view, you know. All right. So, good evening. Thank you for being here again tonight. My name is Janet. Please excuse me for a while. Just a moment. Yeah. Thank you. My name is Fumilola Akintola Williams, and I am the lead coach at the Informed and Reformed Teens Academy. And I am glad that you are here with me again tonight. Please let me know that it's night already, but where I am is just after 6. But everywhere is so dark. It's looking like like your 8 p.m. Wonders of God, different time zones and all of that. So my name is Fumila Laktala Williams. I'm the lead coach at the Informed and Reformed Teens Academy. And the Informed and Reformed Teens Academy is an academy for young girls where, by the grace of God, will help you to work together with your young girls to help them transition beautifully into either teenage or adulthood, depending on the category that they have. And then we have classes between ages 8 to 10, 10 to 13, 13 to 18. Yes, that's what we have a full curriculum that God helps us to work together with. So I'd like to advise you today, if you know someone that knows someone that has a teenage or a pre-tween, yes, please begin to make plans for their mentorship. Begin to make plans for their role modeling, because I tell you that's what is going to save each and every one of us in the days to come. Because the days to come is actually coming, and I want you to, like I always say, the era has gone when you feel that you are the only one, everything you need, everything that your child needs to be everything that God wants him to be. The time has gone when you'll be thinking that you're the only one that can supply it. For a child to be fully rounded, fully grounded, and ready to move and to run along in this current world, I tell you, you need a community of parents. And of course, that community is what we provide at the Informed and Reformed Teens Academy. That's what we do. We've been doing it for a couple of years now, but by the grace of God, we're arranged it's being programmed now as an academy strictly for girls. So if you have a boy child, don't despair. There are also fantastic boy coaches. I tell you, when you're as your care a community comes in, please don't make the mistake of saying, oh, and when they were parenting us, there were no coaches. There were, you know what? The truth of the matter is, there's always been, just that the eyes of our parents were not open to it. And I tell you for free, the parents whose eyes were open to it as at that time, their kids are flying. So the things that took us years to learn, they learned it at an earlier age. So please, can you begin to let that be an advantage to your parents? To your children. Begin to think of these things are not they're not you budget for them, like my coach will say, you budget for them as you budget for school fees, you budget for travels, you budget for coaching, you budget for modeling. Yes, as you budget for school fees, but much more even important are the things that we place emphasis on. So, unlike I was listening to my coach in the course of the week, and she was saying something like, our daughter is just 16, but she already has an academy where she will learn about relationships, about marriage, about all of those things that we never learned about. And of course, we know you're going to agree with me. A lot of us made slips here and there on our journeys. So the idea now is that, can we begin to do better for the sake of our kids? Can we do better? Can we know for them? Can we learn for them? And that is what we provide at the Informed and Reformed Teens Academy. So please don't say that. What are they teaching them? Please don't say that. It will be the highest level of it will be the height of understanding to say that what are they teaching them. You'll be sure that the things that we teach. So please today, enroll your children. All right, from age 8 to 18, they're welcome. There's space for them. Don't be afraid. And by the grace of God, okay, we have a curriculum tested. Yes, trust me on that. Tested that will be because we've been working with it over the years. Just what we've just done is we have revamped it now that we are running a full-fledged academy. So that's by way of introduction. Thank you for always coming here. I'm grateful, and I do not take your time for granted. I know that you could have been somewhere else. It's where I am in the part of the world that I am. It's really cold, so you could decide to be on your bed and be chilling with Netflix, so that you are here. I appreciate it, and I do not take it for granted. So, what are we going to be talking about today? We're talking about how to raise teams to win in life. Yes, winning in life is very, very key. See, there's something I was listening to a message in the course of the week, and then the person that was speaking said, you know what? Everything that was supposed to do, every impact that was supposed to make, every mark that was supposed to make, everything that was supposed to do, starts and ends on this earth. When we get to heaven, nothing. We're just going to be there, as a matter of fact, praising God and shouting hallelujah. Yeah, that's what we're going to be doing. So, if that is the case, then we should everything that we need to do to now live that boisterous, that beautiful life that were intended to live. I think that it should pique our interest. We should want to really know that, and that's what we're going to be talking about today. You have seen a lot of teenagers, hooked on her vices that they don't know how to come out of. So how do you even begin to tell that kind of teenager what it means to win? Is there struggling? Okay, struggling with his personality, struggling with whether to do this or not to do that. So how do you even begin to teach the higher realities? And the fact remains that there are higher dimensions to life, there are higher realities. So as a teen parent, whether whether your teen is a boy or a teen is a girl, everyone wants to win. And now, what are we talking? When we say win, what do we mean? What are we talking about? And that's what we'll be talking about this evening. So I said how to raise teens to win in life. You don't want to have a teenager that's every time the school calls, there's a problem. Yeah. Some parents have some kids that every time there's a call from their school or from the youth community that child it is because there is usually a problem. That's the state they are in on their journey right now. You don't want to continue to do that, and that's why there is a way to raise it in. Yeah, to win. So that just like I was listening to one of the sessions, my oh yes, I have coaches, not one, not two, plenty. Yes, because I also learn, and you know what? It's because we learn. That's where we evolve. That's where we grow. So I was listening to my coach in the course of the week, and then she was talking about somebody, and I think I mentioned in one of the sessions that we've had in times past about your child not being pressured, transferring the pressure, pushing the pressure back to wherever it is that it's coming from. I'm sure that there's no parent that does not want to achieve that. So how do you begin to achieve that as a parent? Those are the things I'll be talking about this evening. How can you raise your teenagers to win? Number one, you have to conceptualize what winning means from the early stage. We go back to our value system now. Conceptualize it. Let your teenager, what does winning mean to you as a family? Is it having a lot of cars? Is it having houses? Whatever it is that winning means to you. And that must be called from your value system. We're back to values again. What does winning mean to you? To me, winning is the greatest impact I can make. That's winning to me. That's for me. That's a personal definition of winning. When the greatest impact I can make in my time on this side of the divide. That to me is winning, because we're not just here for ourselves alone. For some other people, winning could be going to Harvard, studying in Harvard, studying the best courses. Some other people, winning could be being the biggest, the richest man in the family. Some other people, winning anything. Winning can be anything to you. But my question is, what is winning to you? What do you decide? What do you define winning to be? That's where you're going to start your journey from. And then you must begin to conceptualize, begin to sell it to them. That's the idea. Begin to sell to them what winning means to you from the early stage. So that it's not when they are beginning to grow, having their own friends, forming their own opinions. At a time on this stream, I told us, go and ask your teenagers, why do you think you are here? Yeah? I remember I gave us that assignment. I don't know how many of us did it that time. So why do you think you are here? What problem were you created to solve? What do you think? What difference do you think you can make in the world? So when you begin to have those conversations from an early age, what are you doing? You're conceptualizing. You're trying to make them understand that this is what I mean. This is what I think. Because see, if you do not sell your vision or your ideologies to your kids, there are so many people, so many platforms they're ready to sell as many ideologies as possible, and then confuse these young ones. So begin to conceptualize. Let them begin to understand what does it mean as a family to us. What does it mean to us? I just told you what I think winning is. Winning is when I have the biggest impact. Winning is when I am able to for everyone that I come across. Winning is when I am able to do something about them, that when my name comes up, for example, there's some people that once their name comes up my head, there's some things I begin to attribute to them. So that's how I want to live my life. So that it could be that's for me. So it does not necessarily mean that one is a big and one is big and the other is small. No. Whatever it is that you define winning to be is what it is. Do you understand what I am saying? So begin to conceptualize, begin to sell it to them, in essence. Begin to sell to them what winning is at a very, very early stage. Do not wait. Do not wait until they begin to form life views, life opinions. By that time, you're going to have a hard time selling what you think it is to them. And don't forget, your winnings must be coined from your family values. What does your family believe in? Do you believe in what do you believe in? Is it in love? Is it in honor? Is it in community? Is it in family? Whatever it is that is important to you as a family. So how do you begin to win in this regard? So that's you conceptualizing what winning is to your teenager. So what meaning is to one family is going to be different from what it means to another family. And that's why I said you need to conceptualize it, sell it to them. Yeah, the way they push all sort of agendas on our faces every day is the way you're going to push your own agenda to your child. Otherwise, your child will be running with something that you do not, with a mandate that is not yours. Yeah, your child is going to be running with a money that is not yours, it's not from your family, and they begin to wonder, well, what happened? It's because you left a lot of things to chances. So that's number one thing to do. The next thing to do is sell to them their own unique abilities. Now that you understand what winning is to you as a family, you begin to sell. See, you see these kids, because of the way they are currently, they don't want to tax themselves, especially girls. If you're a girl parent in the house, I'm sure that you can bear witness what I'm saying. They don't like to tax themselves. They don't want to do anything. Why? That hormone is wired for easy life, soft life, baby life. But you know that life is not just for the soft. Life is not just for baby girl life. Life does not happen that way. So what do you begin to do? Because that's why a girl tends to just recline and lounge and not want to do anything. But you as a child, because as a parent, rather, because you know that you have a time frame to do the work that you got to do. What do you want to do immediately is you begin to sell to them their own unique abilities. Because you know what? Don't forget that your home is an environment for you to discover who your child is. So I'm asking you as a parent now, have you discovered the abilities in your child? Do you know the things that it is that your child is capable of doing? So you're the one. You don't forget you're the number one cheerleader. You are the one to begin to sell to them their own ability. They won't believe that they're capable of it. What do I mean, for example? For a very long time, you've been trying to get my 8-year-old to make the other chores she could do easily, but sweeping is a big deal. And I got to an environment where she doesn't have a choice; she has to sweep. I know it's not just sweep big, and then she says, "Oh, mommy, I think I said, Judy, this is what I've been saying. Oh, this is what I've been working at. Oh, do you think that you can do it?" Oh, I said, but I think that you can do it. I know she went and of course did what she could and everything. I mean, that she was done. I just said, "Oh, really? You know what? You are even doing this better. You know what?" She was encouraged. I will do it better the next time. Right, that's just an illustration. You need to sell to them their ability. Sometimes they do not feel because of a whole lot of other things, because of sometimes because of the level of their age, the things that they have experienced. Sometimes they don't feel as confident as they should feel. So it is for you to now say, you know what, that maths you can ace it. That's whatever you can ace it. This thing you can ace it. So let them begin to know and begin to remind them of the times that they thought that there were things they could not do, but somehow they did it. So sell to them their abilities. What are you doing? Don't forget, all of these things is a programming. I've said it countless times that what you want to achieve in your child is a mindset shift. That's what you want to achieve as a parent. Once you are able to get that mindset shift, your work is basically done. You know what? Because every other thing that the child is going to be doing is going to be coming from the mindset. The Bible calls it the mindset of the righteous. That's what you want to achieve. You want to have a mindset that, okay, this is where I should go. So it's not until you start shouting, don't do this, don't do that, your child will naturally line. So you want to start doing this at the very, very early stage. Sell to them their own unique abilities. Let them know that the things that they're as productive. Yeah, that's the word I'm looking for. They are as productive as what they think that they can achieve. That's how to do it. That's how to do it. You would not know, but you know what? All of those small things that you are doing, you are sowing the seed, you are putting the seed, so that even when you are not there, this seed is going to do what's going to grow. And then they begin to run with what you have put in them while they were much younger. Do you see what I now said, that you have to start on the work intentionally and deliberately? Deliberately, you do, it's a deliberate attempt, sell to them that let them know that, what, if you are here, there's something I tell my girl all the time, that, what, if you are here, it's because there's a purpose, there's a reason. You're not just here. Do you know what, you want to go and stand up and go and start finding out why you think that you are here. And then what are the things you need to do to bring out, every of those things that you think that you should bring out, and then begin to make a difference in your world. And don't forget, at least every one of us, as many as we are on the face of this earth, at least we are here to at least solve, at least, meaning that it could be more than one, but at least one. We are here to solve at least one problem out of all of this. So which of those gaps will your own child fill? Which of those slots will your own child fill? So it is your own. And you know what? Because you are there, you are the nurturer. Your home, your environment is a field. Your home is a farm, as it were. So you are nurturing. So as you are nurturing, you are saying that this guy is gifted in this. You begin to see those things that come naturally to your child without stress, without a child having to unnecessarily stress or labor. Those things and those are the things you begin to refine. I begin to tell you, you know what, this is what I think you should do. This is what I think you can do. And you begin to now leverage on that and begin to build on it. That is you doing what? Selling to them their own unique abilities. Then another thing you need to do to raise a child to win in life is you have to invest in any character deficits you see early on. This is very, very important. Invest in any character deficits. Of course, you know what I mean by character deficit. If you see there's something that the child is up to that is not right, begin to invest on changing them. Because you know what? No matter how far they go, if that character deficit is not worked on, that is what's gonna bring the downfall. Of course, this goes without saying. Several examples of people that are falling because they had a character deficit. So, as a parent, you begin to find out what is that character, and you will see, because you know what, these kids can't hide for so long, really, because you are seeing them, except you're not really seeing them. But if you are seeing them, there will be things there will be patterns that you'll be noticing. And as a parent, as a nurturer, as someone that wants the child to win, what do you begin to do? That is not by now yelling, "Hey, why did you steal the money? Why did you take the money?" No. Or why are you lying? Why are you? No, it's not about all of those things. The question you want to find is, you want to sit down and ask yourself, why is this child doing this? Why is this child doing this? Am I contributing to it? Is there a pressure somewhere that I'm not aware of? So, so you are the one to find out. You are the one to find out. So you are the one to find out. You're the one to find out. So if there's any character deficit in your child, you are the one to begin to work on it now. Now is the time to begin to work on that character deficit. I am very sure that the day Samson saw the woman she married, after God had told his parent that, you know what, you are not to marry from these people. I am very sure that was not the first time of Samson flouting his parents' guidance. I am thank you very much. Good evening. Good evening, your Karimi Blessing. I'm grateful that you are here. Thank you very much. So this is not the first time. That would not have been the first time. He would have been flouting other things. It stands to reason. Because really, if he had never flouted other things, how would it have been easy for him? How easy would it have been for him to just go and say, you know what, marry her for me? Despite good advice, despite good counsel. So don't wait. Don't wait until that character deficit now becomes so big and humongous that you're not able to do anything about it. So if you see any character deficit in your child, please, dear parents, begin to work on it. Because if you don't, and how do you do that? It's a programming. For example, if your child is lying, if she makes a habit of lying, of course, you must know that lying is, first of all, a survival instinct. What do I mean survival instinct? For example, the child takes something that's not hers, and she knows that taking it, there will be punishment for it. But because she faced that punishment, she lies. So demystify the concept behind lying, demystify the concept behind stealing, demystify the concept behind using vulgar languages. So all of those things, that is what you do. It's when you have now made them to understand. You know what? You have the conversation with them. That why do you think? Why do you think? Why should you do this? As you are doing that, what are you trying to do? You're trying to remove. You would not know, but that is what is going on. That's what is going on. Oh, but really, I do not have to lie. Really, I don't have to lie. I know once it dawns on each other, I don't have to lie. Most of your work, it's easier. Because you know that even when the child goofs, the child is going to own up that I goofed mommy or I goofed daddy. What do we do? So when you notice a character deficit, begin to invest in removing that character deficit and putting the right one. So don't say, oh, they are kids who outgrow it. Nobody outgrows things. The things that we thought that people would outgrow, they didn't outgrow them. Those things later became monsters. And that's why today when people tell you good morning, you have to really check your time to be sure that it's actually morning. That's why when some people come to your place, by the time they leave, you have to start looking around for things because you know that it's possible that they are taking what does not belong to them. It didn't start in a day. Character deficit. Is it defying instructions? Every time you say everything you say to the child does the opposite. You should know that that's a strong-willed child. Then you begin to learn, how do I manage a strong-willed child? So that's your work, that's your role as a parent, that's your role as a mother. So invest in removing every character deficit, because if you do not, that is going to be waiting for her or him when he gets where he's going, and then the fall is going to be fatal. Yeah. So the next thing you need to do, I talked about three things already. I said conceptualize what winning means from the early stage. What does winning mean to you and your family? And that's why I give an example of what I think winning means to me. So conceptualize it. What does winning mean to you? Begin to sell it to your children, because if you don't, they will sell them other narratives. They will run with other agenda. If you do not carry your own agenda in front of you, other people will give your kids agendas to run with. And of course, we know already. I was watching a movie in a group I belong to, and then the kids, secondary school kids, and then they were coming out to say that I identify as gay, I identify as lesbian, and in South Africa, I'm not talking of the West. I don't know who saw that video, but I saw it in the group I am on. I identify as gay, as bisexual, and some of them could not even pronounce the words right. So what do you think is happening? They are running with other people's agenda. Because why? Their parents have refused to put an agenda before them. So that's what's going to happen when you slack. Like my coach would say, you slack, you snooze like this, you slack, you snooze, and then that's it. So I said, conceptualize what winning means from the early stage. Sell to them their own unique abilities. Let your kid know that she is here for a reason. Let your boy know that he's just not here to balance the ecosystem. Begin to let them have that consciousness, that purpose consciousness. That's what I call it, purpose consciousness. Let them begin to have it at a very, very early stage. Let them begin to have it at a very, very, very early stage. Purpose consciousness. Invest in any character deficit. That's the third one I'm mentioning now. If there's any character deficit, begin to work on it. Begin to work on it. Because if you don't work on it, it's going to come and work against them much later. And I've told you, behind a very character deficit is a particular gap. So what your work as a parent is to find out what is causing this gap and fill it. And I gave instances already. Maybe your kids lie to you because you shout too much. Maybe your kids misbehave because they want attention. Because you don't forget that to these kids, attention is attention. Whether it's bad attention, whether it's positive attention, a kid wants attention. When I say a kid, please permit me for the use of word. I mean your teenager. Do you understand? So that's what you begin to do. The next thing is that be the soundboard for their opinions. What do I mean by soundboard? Let them trust your competence. Oh, yeah. Let them trust your competence enough to run opinions by you. Yeah, because you know what? Because they know that even you as a parent, you are not just, any kind of parent. Be the soundboard for their opinions, so that even wherever they are, they begin to let your voice be the loudest in the mind of your child. That's why God gave you that child. That's why God gave you that child. So be the sound for their opinions. Even when their friends are coming with something, let them be that kind of parent that they will be. Are you aware that there's some kids do some stuff and then their parents say, "Oh, my child can never do that." And you know what? At the end of the day, it turns out to be that the child actually did that and more. Do you know? Do you actually know that happens? So you begin to wonder, what influence? What influence? What have you done as a parent? Be the soundboard for their opinions. That's how to raise things that will win. So that by the time they are deviating, you will know. They're gonna run it by you. I was talking with my younger cousins at that time, and they kept saying this, that. And I just kept quiet as though I wasn't listening, but I was listening. And they just asked me, "Oh, Abby, what do you think?" Your opinion, be the soundboard. Don't just be the kind of parent that your child can't bring anything to you. Please don't be in that category. If you are there, please remove yourself from that category of parents that kids think of everything and they make opinion, they make decisions without ever having recourse to them. Please don't be that kind of parent. Meaning that you have zero influence in the life of your child. So what are you doing? What work have you done? Be the soundboard for their opinions, so that you don't why, so that when it's beginning to, and don't forget, it is when they grow. Don't forget, your work is to prepare them. So there are times they will make slips, accidental slips, errors here and there. They will make it, but when they are making it, can they come to you? Can they ask you that, "Hey, mommy, what do you think of this?" For example, your 16-year-old comes home to say, "Mommy, what do you think of living boyfriends?" Yeah. because that's where the world is tending to. So the question is that when you become a soundboard, what opinion are you passing across? What message are you passing across? Because you know what? If your if your influence is not so big, if it's not so big that they're able to, wherever they're able to think, what's my mommy gonna think? Not, let's leave God for now. But you that the God that they are seeing on earth, you have to be a soundboard for their opinions, so that when things are wrong, they can come to you. They can come to you. And you know what? Most times they don't come to us for they come to us for wisdom. They know already. Really, if they're teenagers, they know, but they want to hear your opinion. But what are you gonna be? Are you gonna just permit them and say they are growing? After all, that's what is in vogue. I don't understand. I don't understand. I've said it to my daughter. But if by the time you feel that you are ready for social media, if you have no value, if you have nothing to go and offer on the social media, you are not gonna go there. Simple. I've been saying that for the past 3 years. So you have more than 10 years to think of what value do I have to add, at least to my folks of that time. I mean, to my peer of that time. That's a soundboard. This one's, I can't even bring this away. This one does not even go. For some parents, everything that their kid does goes. Permissive parenting. Everything good, but you want to be liked. Hi, you will be liked now, but in later life, hi, you will wish that you did this differently. So for your child to win in life, you have to be a soundboard for their opinions. They must be able to run their opinions by you. That's what I'm saying. I'm not saying decide for them. No, please, there's a thin line between. Please do not misunderstand me. I am saying that they should be able to run. If you have done any work in their life at all, don't forget they are coming to you for wisdom. So they should know that your mommy or my daddy is a repository of wisdom. That's what we're talking about. Thank you. Good evening. Good evening. Thank you for being here. I'm grateful. They should be able to know that my mother or my father is a repository of wisdom, not the one that they can't even ask you. They can't ask your opinion on anything. Please don't be that kind of parent. Don't be in that category. Be a soundboard, because you know what? See, this is what's going to happen in the next 10 years. Those kids are leaving your home. I hope you know. For some of us, some of us may not even have up to that again. If your child is 14, you don't have 10 years again. You have just 4 or 5. So the question, what I ask myself all of the time is, when I am no longer there, when I'm not there, what opinion will my daughter carry? Or what opinion will my son carry? Have I been able to influence her so much so that my opinion, and of course, don't forget that you are godly, so your opinion is going to be God's opinion in a kind of way. That is it going to top the charts? Don't forget, there's culture, there is friend, there's peer pressure, there is that feeling. So when all of those is, when the decision is teetering between what my mother has taught me, what my father has taught me, what my friends have said, my colleagues have said, my this has done, this has that, what decision will your child make? That's when you know the work you have done as a parent. So please, dear parents, let's get to work now. They must be able to know that if I come to my parent, I'm going to have good counsel. That's when you're a soundboard. That's when you're an influence. The next thing you need to do, you have to prepare them for losses and mistakes. Please, their parents, don't even be telling them that there will be no losses, there will be no mistakes. For people that win, go and ask them. For everyone that's done something that is worthy of emulation, please, they have more records of loss than of success. Please go and ask them and begin to prepare their mind, so that when they fail that exam, they're not going to give up and say, I'm not ever going to try again. Prepare them, let them know that they're going to fail at some. So failure is an opportunity to learn to do something better. So it's going to make a difference. They're going to make an impact. Definitely, they must make mistakes. They must fail. They must even count losses. So can you begin? Some people say, God forbid. I don't know what I mean by God forbid. Because failure, losses, mistakes, they are all tools in the process of your child. Prepare them. Prepare them. Prepare them. That's your work. That's why you are in their life. And don't forget, our time frame is very short. Sometimes I keep wondering, say, hey, the work is much. Because see, the world is going to get crazier. That's the truth. Where I am, I see 10-year-olds, 11-year-olds practically going naked. And of course, the kid thinks that it's fun. What are we talking about? So their parents begin to prepare them for losses. Let them know. Of course, if they want to, begin to prepare them for future losses, future mistakes. Let them know now. Let them know. Let them know. There was a competition my daughter did like a while back, maybe almost a year now. And then she prepared. She's so prepared. She's so prepared. She's so prepared. She was just preparing. And at the end of the day, let me tell you, their parents are lying not. What happened was that a script got torn. Why? Because that was the first time she was being exposed to that kind of gathering. And then I think there was an instruction that drop your pens, and then maybe she quickly wanted to scribble. I will never forget that experience. It was a learning point for even me, the mother. And I remember she was feeling so dejected. She felt so bad. I know she must say, Mommy, I could have just. I said, fine, pick the lesson. What's the lesson for you? When they say drop your pen, is drop your pen. So it was a learning curve, even for me as a parent. So they will make mistakes. Of course, she was belly hit thereabouts. So of course, so let them know there'll be mistakes, there'll be losses, there'll be failures. But what they must do is they must learn from it. Begin to have those conversations with them now. Let your daughter know, your 18-year-old daughter, or your depending on the age of your daughter, let her know that people will come and test whether how wise she is. And sometimes she's going to be prove so wise, other times she will prove so, learning. So it's a part of life. Have those conversations with them. Let them know. See, if they say there's such a thing as parenting plan, please put everything that you can probably conceive. Put it in that plan. Discuss it with your children. Let them know of course you are just doing your, so that you know what, don't forget. See, this is not about being perfect. This is about doing the best that you know to do. Thank you. See, I remember very vividly. Thank you very much. So that's what we're saying. Prepare them. Let them know that losses will come, mistakes will come, failures will come. But you know what? They must rise above it. When that we're adults, how many losses have we encountered? How many have we encountered? So that you know why. Let me tell you why this is important. For someone that's gonna win, okay? There will be so many things that will what's it called? Be an opposition against that winning. For example, your child's goal is to, okay, you know what? On campus, I don't want to have a living boyfriend. As simple as that, that's a goal. And you know what? If she's able to go through campus and she doesn't, she's not susceptible to all these living boyfriends, campus boyfriend, all of that, she has won. Are you aware? So winning, there's no hard and fast way about winning. So it could be something as simple as that. So let her understand that there will be friends that will come and drag her to do opposite of what, and you know what? They let her that she might even have to cut some friendship at some point. Why? Because it's not going to add to the winning that she has in mind. So these are the conversations you must begin to have with your teenagers. Let them understand. And the next thing that you must do is encourage them to pick lessons from them. That's what your job as a parent. Don't go and be fighting your teacher's instructor. They went for a tournament, your child did not come out as the first or something. And then you're saying, oh, they have cheated. What are you talking about? What are you even talking about? They have cheated? Is that the lesson your child has to pick? That's not the lesson your child has to pick. So encourage them. When those losses come, when those mistakes come, okay, you now sit and be like, okay, where did I make the mistake? Where was I wrong? Did I not prepare enough? Was my resolve not big enough? See, let me tell you something. Even though your children have values, even though you have inculcated the values in them, things will come to test the values. Sometimes they're going to fall. Are you aware? So when they fall, begin to now ask them, okay, let your child be able to, by herself, find out how she felt. For example, I lie not. For the mistakes I've made in my life, I understand how those mistakes came about. Pick the lessons. Pick the lessons. Encourage them to pick the lessons. Else, they will keep repeating the same mistakes. And you know what? The more they don't pick the lessons, they won't go. They won't leave that learning because it's a learning curve. And if they don't pick the lessons, they're going to be there. They're going to be there. So you teach them. Teach them to pick lessons. Teach them to pick lessons. Then the next thing you want to do, if your teenager must win in this life, and don't forget, I've told you, winning is relative. As a matter of fact, I think the most amazing job any parent in our generation can do now is to raise a teenager into adulthood that is free from all of these pressures and vices and all of that. Because when you are able to do that job, your child can focus on what is important, and then you're not wondering whether she's in a boys' house or she's in a bar or he's in or whatever it is that these young ones pressure themselves with. So that's your work. And the next thing you need to do, possibilitize their mentality and let them build mental strength. Mental strength. Possibilitize their mentality. Let them know it's your work. See, no motivational speaker will do that for you. The coach will just support your journey, but you must be the one cheering your daughter to greatness. You must be the one cheering your son to greatness. You're not the one to now dampen the morale. Come and say, because the child has gone for a competition and then the child did not do so well, you come back and say, look at you, your mates are better than you. Don't do that to your own child. You know, there was a time I put something. I said, don't collaborate with negative circumstances over your child. Yeah, that's the word. Don't collaborate with negative circumstances over your child, because you know what? You are the one that God gave that child to, and He gave you that child for a reason. Yeah. So possibilize their mentality and let them build mental strength. How do you build mental strength if not from learning from mistakes? Do you see how it is falling lines upon lines? That's how to build mental strength. Oh, this thing came to tear me down, to weigh me down, to make me give up. But you know what? I shake myself up and I say, no, I'm not giving up. That is mental strength. Do you understand what I'm saying to you? That is it. That thing that's meant to make them, that challenge that's meant to make them, that's meant to bury them under, beneath it. And then they say, begin to build it, because you know what? This is the major cause of suicide, drugs, alcoholism, and all of the things that the young ones engage in. You know why? They have no mental strength to say no. They have no mental strength to want to go ahead. Possibly that's their mentality. Let them understand that they can do. They can do. And when you possibly, I know what. So you know, I first said, sell to them their ability. There's something about believing. See, I'm not even gonna lie to you. There are people in my life that, okay, I tell them, and I'm that vulnerable. I know that, I hope you know that there is nothing bad in being vulnerable. There are people in my life that I tell that, see, it's because you guys said I could. I'm telling you. Adult, full grown me, yes, I have had such experiences that I feel that I can't. But because there are people that are possibilitizing my mind that, you know what, you can do this. So what are you saying, that your children don't need that? Possibilitize their mindset, then let them build mental strength. That's the child that's gonna win. Of course, you know that you think it's easy to say in this age, this generation. I'm reading a book, 5 Conversations to Have with Your Daughter. Amazing read, amazing. Vicky Courtney, you can go and get it. Amazing book. I'm currently reading it. And then she says something like, do you think it is easy for a child in this generation, this their own 24th, this Gen Z children, Gen Alpha children, do you think it is easy for them to actually stand and say, I'm going to stand and do what's right? Come on, what are you talking about? It takes extra work. So are you going to do that? And then here you are as a parent saying that, okay, I want to help my child. At least let her make good choices. Don't forget, what you want to achieve is what? A mindset shift. You think it's going to come on a platter of gold? It's not going to come on a platter of gold. Their parents, let them begin to build mental strength from now. And how do they build mental strength? I already told you. They build that from learning from their mistakes. So if you did this, if you said no here, you can say no again and again and again and again. Yeah, don't collaborate. No, don't do it. Negative circumstances over your children, don't do it. Don't do it. So everybody is saying, that child is this. You are not joining them. You are using math and then you want that child to go and win. No. The adults, the voice in your head, when your children remember their voices, your voices in their head, it should be voices of encouragement, voices leading them on to victory. So, dear parents, that's what you want to do. Let them build mental strength. And I've told you they can build mental strength. Things happen, things that can, for example, after, as young, it depends on the level you are on your journey, really. I just shared my daughter's experience with you. That's for her at that level that she is. But from there, she's able to understand and pick lessons, and she's able to forge ahead from there. From there, she has gone ahead to do other things. Yeah. So that we're leaving school, the teacher will say, "Oh, we're prepping her for Ed Girl role." I just laughed. She has picked lessons from there. So that's your work as a parent. So let them build mental strength. They build it from failures. Do you understand? That's why something will happen. Something as simple as, have you seen teenagers come? Have you seen the suicide rate? I was talking to my cousin, my cousin. Yeah, she's just 13, and then she's telling me that in her school, right here, that there's so many of them that have suicidal thoughts. I say, hey, oh, I lie not. Just this evening, that's the conversation. So many of them have suicidal thoughts. How old are these kids? 30, and they begin to wonder, suicidal thoughts? Do they even know what they're talking about? There's no mental strength. Any small thing that comes their way, they are ready to fall like a pack of badly arranged cards. Possibilize their mind. Let them build mental strength. Then the next thing you need to begin to teach your children for them to win. Teach them to be able to sift between opinions and facts. Yeah, opinions and facts. They should be able to sift, which one is fact, which one is opinion. They're going to need it. They're going to need it. They should be able to sift between opinions and facts. They should be able to know what is really fact. Opinion is that, everybody has to have a boyfriend by the time you are 11. I'm just using that one as an example because that's what is most common. That's an opinion. Some people's opinion, some people's negative and demonic opinion. But fact is that not everyone has to do it as a fact. So your child, if she must win, if he must win, must be able to sift. So please tell me how that child will sift if she does not have the mental strength or mental capacity to even understand what it is that is against that is up against her. Do you see how all of them are following each other? Do you see why we have to really sit down and do this work? Do you see why we don't have time for all of the frivolities? We don't have time. We don't have time. Because what is after those kids? Hey, what is after them is not smiling. So teach your child, let your child, so that you know why it is needed. Because opinions will come. I hope you know. Of course you know. Plenty ones will come. Plenty. To do drugs, not to do drugs. To go to party, not to go to party. To trust in the Lord, not to trust in the Lord. To do wrong, girl. I hope you know. I hope you know that these are the situations our kids are going to be faced with. To do wrong, girl, not to do wrong, girl. To date Yahoo boy, not to date Yahoo boy. To donate their egg for harvesting in a fertility clinic or not to do that. To dress decently or to dress naked. Opinions and facts. Opinions will be, there'll be a convergence of opinions. Let me put it that way. Convergence of opinions. So which one is your child going to go with? Is it everything that looks like, it's funky, it's cool, it's cute? And when you're not there, what choice will your child make? So if you have not begun to teach them how to sift, and how do you begin to sift? From your values. Again, values. Again, values. Again, values. You are back to values. That's how your child sifts. That's how she knows what choice to make, what choice not to make. But if you just leave it to chance, what do you think will come out? Do you mean to turn your back? By the time you turn and face front again, you be dazed. Some kids daze their parents. I kid you not. They daze their parents. So begin. Teach them. Let them know. Let them be able to discern. Your child is 13. You are still dressing up for the child. You are the ones. Sorry, 13 is even too far. The child is 8 now. You are the one deciding what she will wear. Please, how will she be able to evaluate options? Please. That's how it starts. That's how it starts. Let them use their head. Let them think based on the choices that they have before them, based on what you have presented to them. That is when you know what? Do you know? Are you aware? Okay, that the same way you say no, don't touch me. It's the same way you say no, I'm not going to that party. It is the same no. Do you know? But if she has ever said all of those no's before, when the time to actually say the no comes, how will she? If you have never let her use her own judgment to make a decision, how will she, when she now needs to decide on, okay, what path to toe or what way to go? Say, no, you are going to be a lawyer. Sorry, I'm sorry, that's just the thing that just came to my head. And that is it. And the child is trying to say, oh, mommy, but I do not really think. And you're saying, no, that's just it. That's what you're going to be. How will she sift between fact, between opinion, between what you want her to do and what she's actually proposed to do? So teach them to be able to sift between opinions and facts. I've mentioned a lot of things. I said, number one, conceptualize what winning means from the early stage. Let them know what does winning mean to your family. What does it mean to your child? Conceptualize it. Begin to sell it to them. Sell to them their own unique abilities. Let them know that they can do all of these things, that they put their minds to it. I told you I read a book. What's that book now? I've forgotten the title now. But in that book, I realized that some children, as we are talking like this, that we were doing one by one like this, some people are already programming their children to take over the world affairs. When I read that book, I thought it was a joke, but they gave me instances. What's the title of that book? It was Malcolm Gladwell that wrote it. I don't know why I forgot the title now. So what are we saying? So sell to them their own unique abilities. Invest in any character deficit. Please, dear parents, this is very important. It is a strong character deficit not to be consistent. For you to say something and then you do another is a character deficit. It's a strong character deficit for you to not keep appointments and not is a character deficit not to be able to say I am sorry. It's a character deficit not to be able to show empathy, kindness, whatever it is. Whatever you see that it can be a clog in the way of your winning of your child, begin to replace it. I told you how to do that already. Replace it. Be the soundboard for their opinions. Let them, if your kids can't run opinions by you, I don't know what you are doing. I'm serious. They can't run opinions by you and you are their parents. I'm not saying they should take your opinion. No, but they should be able to know that you are a repository of wisdom. I said that already. I said prepare them for losses and mistakes. Encourage them to pick lessons from them. From their mistakes, I mean. Then possibilitize their mentality and let them build mental strength. Begin to build it now. From those mistakes, let them begin to build the strength. Then teach them to be able to sift between opinion and facts. Then the next thing that you want to do for them to win is point and push them in the direction of winners. We're back to mentorship. We're back to role modeling. See, your child, see, if you are your child's role model, please go and jettison it, go and drop it. I am serious. Do you understand? I'm not saying that you can't be an influencer. Don't misunderstand me. I am saying that point your child to the direction of high flyers. People that are making the difference. People that are making the waves. That's what the direction you point a child to. Say, who is your role model, my daddy? Who's your model, my mommy? I don't understand what you're talking about. No. Because you know what? Your role model is someone. Are you saying that where you are, what you are, that's all you want a child to be? I don't want that. I don't want that. Because there's space for more. There's space for more. So push them. Point them to the direction of winners in whatever area that they have chosen. And you know what? The earlier they start, the better. When my coach was saying that a 16-year-old child, she's preparing her for a marriage academy, I said, wow, 16. So the girl is already learning the things she needs to learn about marriage at 16. That means she's going to make stupid choices. No, please tell me. I don't know whether you understand what I am saying. Do you understand my point? Push them. Push them. Direction of winners. Push them. People that have done exceedingly well. Push them to them. Let them mentor your children. So I'll now go to your followership on Instagram and Facebook. Who are you following? As a parent, yes, who are you following? And then you want to push your children to the direction of winners. You're just playing. You're following all those funny characters up and down. I don't know. Is it Coach Ebuka that said that don't ever encourage what you don't want to see in your child? I don't know why anybody will follow Bob Marley, Abib, is it Bob Risky? I don't understand. And this is with no offense. I'm just saying that do you want a child to become a Bob Risky? So what are we saying? What are we saying? So dear parents, push them to the direction of winners. People that have done well, that you yourself you have seen as a parent. Push your child to them. Push your child to them. Point them and so that you know what. See, do you know what mentorship does for your children? For example, if you have noticed what it is that your child, you think that there's something that if you are observant, you should have been seeing. Since then your child is, you have been seeing some things about that is peculiar to your child. They begin to look, who are the people that can help my child in this regard? That is how to be those are the extras that your child needs. Those are the extras that your child needs, and nobody will give it to your child except you. Those extras, that's what you need to do. Push them. People that right now, I'm beginning to think of the next 3 years in the life of my child. Okay, who are the people that will help her? How can they guide her in conjunction with me? So that you know what? The idea is for our children to be better. The idea is for them to not make the mistakes that we made. The idea is for them not to make the errors that we made. That's the work that you got as a parent. That's when you are truly an advantage to them. Point them and push them. I know that I'm not sure that if you are here, you have been hearing me for the past several months, and you're still thinking, "Oh, my child doesn't." I don't know. I don't understand. I don't know. I don't know. Then finally, for today, teach them the legacy of winning. Let them know winning is a legacy. I'm going to tell you why. Go and check people. Go and check history. People that have done well, that have deliberately programmed their children. The children just follow in that line. So it's a legacy. So legacy is not I build house. Some people they'll tell you that they know them to be upright. As in, I don't know whether you understand what I'm saying. Some people they will that if this person tells you something, don't think twice about it. It's a legacy. I hope you know. It's a legacy. So the legacy is not the houses. Please, for God's sake, the houses that we're building now. Do you think that the kids we're raising now will live in those houses? No, they will not. I can tell you now. So if you're building a house, one big gigantic house, you think your child will not live there? She will not live there. He will not live there. I'm telling you. This Gen Z, they just want access. They don't want ownership. I'm telling you, if I worked at the place, in last month, and the people I saw there were young people, 20, 21, 22. So if your child, okay, can have access to an Airbnb, she will prefer not to build the house. I'm telling you. So the house you're building for yourself. So that's not your legacy. But if they can mention your name and then doors can open for your child, that is your legacy. If they can say that, oh, okay, you know what? Even if everybody said it's not correct, this particular child, she will not do that. That's a legacy. So winning is a legacy. Teach them the legacy of winning. So and don't forget, it doesn't have to be one big, massive, all of the things that we ascribe winning to be. Winning is not, I've taught all of the world. I've gone to America, I've gone to Europe. Oh, praise God, you have gone to all those places. Beautiful. But that's not winning. That's just traveling. The real question is that America, that Europe, that whatever that you went, what impact did you make? What did you do? What did you do? So let them understand. Teach them the legacy of winning. Is a legacy. So that you know what? So that when they keep saying, okay, it's now transgenerational. This is some people. Oh, if you want them, you want people that are upright. And are you aware that there's some people too, no matter where you come from, no matter where you come from, they say you're from. They say, those people this is only lies they know how to tell. It's a legacy, whether they like it or not, whether they accept it or not. It is a legacy. So whatever it is that your child wants to do, let them know, let them understand that it is a legacy, meaning that it lives even beyond them. So if that's the kind of child you're hoping to raise, I hope you know that we can't continue to just be like Kadasika and do things the way we've been doing them. We have to, buckle our trousers and do the work. How to raise things to win in life. I said conceptualize what winning means. From an early stage, begin to sell to them. If you don't sell to them, they'll sell them other ideologies. Sell to them their abilities. Let them know. Your child, she has the ability, or he has the ability to choose the people that will be in his or her life. If he knows or if he perceives that this people or this person is going to be a distraction to my journey, your child has the ability to say, what? You know what? Let's just stay on our own. Let everybody be on their lane. Like we say in Nigeria. Day your day, make a day my day. It's an ability. Sell them their unique. Let them know that they're not gullible. They're not follow. Let them know. Yes, you're selling to them their abilities. Invest in any character deficit. Their parents, please. If this is the only thing you take from this particular session, please take it very well. You see a character deficit, please. Anger issues, unkindness, empathy. You see lack of empathy in your child. Begin to think. Okay, how do I begin to replace this? It's a character deficit. It's going to come back at a greater cost. Be the soundboard for their opinions. Prepare them for losses and mistakes. Let them know it's not the end of life. Mistakes will come, but it doesn't end their life. Encourage them to pick lessons from them. Possibilize their mentality and let them build mental capacity, mental strength. Teach them to be able to sift between facts and opinions, because their life is going to depend on that as they grow. Yes, you should be able to know which one should I do, which one should I not do. If they want to win, winners have a particular lifestyle. Winners don't live the life everybody is living. Winners don't do what everybody is doing. Go and check it. Go and find out. people that have excelled in, don't forget, I've not even mentioned any career. So it's not even about career or anything. Or is it career, whatever. It's not about career, it's not about any of those things. It's about what do I want to be known for? So if I want to be known for this, I can afford to live my life recklessly or carelessly. So let them know. And how would they be able to decide if they cannot even sift between opinions and facts? This is just opinion, this is just facts. Push them in the direction of winners, people that you see that have done well. For example, if you want to talk of purity, oh, I know who I can push my daughter in the direction of. I know. Then finally, teach them winning is a legacy. It must outlive them. So what life are they going to live? What life are they going to live? Will it outlive them? The things that they do, the things that they achieve, long after they are gone, is it going to outlive them? So, dear parents, let's begin to work on this thing. And like I always say, if it's just one that you pick and run with, I will know that, you know what, it's better to even do 1% or even 2%, because if you do 1%, you have the ability to do more. But if you keep saying, what are they saying? You will be shocked. You'll be left behind. Yeah, they will not be left behind. So, dear parents, don't forget, your work is not done until your kids get to that place that they're supposed to be. And that's why we're rooting for you at our academy. We have a curriculum to help you work together with them. If you have anyone that is a teenager from age 8 to 10, 10 to 13, 13 to 18, please, there is space for them at the Informed and Reformed Teens Academy. Strictly for girls. I have a thing for girls, yeah? No apologies. So please bring them on board. Let's do the work together. Because what is after our children is not smiling. It's not smiling. It's not smiling. Thank you for coming. Thank you for always joining me. Salimat Absalam. I see you. I see your quite a blessing. Who else do I see? Thank you for always coming. You encourage me to always want to be here. I'm grateful. And don't forget, let's not just hear. Let's do. If it's just one. I'll be your way again next week, Saturday, same time, same station. Don't touch the dial. And yes, we are Treaty Academy on Facebook, on YouTube, on Instagram. Yes, we are there building capacity, building presence gradually. Yes, support us, like us. Subscribe to all our channels. Tell your friends about us, Treaty Academy. Yes, let us grow together. Thank you, and I'll be in your way next week. Don't forget, I'm rooting for you. I believe in you, and you can do the work. The reason you got those kids is because you can do the work. So, dear parents, let's sit down and do the work. Thank you. Bye.